India, for example, India is a country that had many requests of us around the farmers' protest, around particular journalists that were critical of the government, and it manifested in ways such as we will shut Twitter down in India, which is a very large market for us. We will raid the homes of your employees, which they did. We will shut down your offices if you don't follow suit. And this is India, a democratic.
जैक डोर्सी की ये जो दाल है, इसमें कांग्रेस का मसाला है। राहुल गांधी जी के अमेरिका के दौरे में जो खिचड़ी पकाई गई, उसको अब परोसा जा रहा है।
क्यों नहीं मैं मानूं कि विपक्ष के लोगों की आवाज, राहुल गांधी की आवाज को दबाने का, दबाव बनाने का ट्विटर पर, कि उनकी आवाज का हनन किया जाए, काम मोदी सरकार ने किया।
Politics aside, let's delve into the details of Twitter's dark history of content manipulation, political biases, spreading misinformation, and arbitrary content blacklisting on its platform. Back in 2018, Dorsey and Gadde made a trip to India where they met with both Rahul Gandhi and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. However, their visit gained attention due to their meetings with left-wing activists and journalists. A photograph depicting Dorsey holding a smashed Brahminical patriarchy poster further fueled the controversy. Subsequently, Gadde issued an apology for the incident.
During the peak of the farmers' protest on 1st Feb 2021, Twitter complied with the government's request and withheld around 250 accounts. These accounts were accused of using the hashtag Modi planning farmer genocide and posting fake, intimidatory, and provocative tweets on 30th Jan 2021. However, many of the accounts were restored by Twitter shortly afterward, claiming insufficient justification. The government responded by warning Twitter of legal consequences for non-compliance with takedown orders issued under the IT Act. In response, Twitter defended itself, stating that it would not take action against accounts belonging to media organizations, journalists, activists, or politicians. The company also received a notice regarding the labeling of tweets by Bharatiya Janata Party national spokesperson Sambit Patra and other ruling party leaders as manipulated media.
Twitter must understand that it is not a sovereign nation. It is a company like most companies and must follow the laws of the land it operates in. If it can kowtow and subjugate itself to the EU and to the United States, it has no business to believe that it is above the law in India.
Gadde was also accused of blacklisting medical information regarding the side effects of COVID vaccines.
So my first question this morning of Ms. Gadde, may I ask of you, where did you go to medical school?
I did not go to medical school.
I'm sorry?
I did not go to medical school.
That's what I thought. Why do you think you or anyone else at Twitter had the medical expertise to censor a doctor's expert opinion?
As Twitter's top legal officer, she oversaw one of the most tumultuous periods for the platform. She faced accusation of suppressing conservative voices in both India and the United States. Additionally, she played a significant role in censoring the Hunter Biden laptop scoop.
Because we want all the people in the world to be able to participate in this conversation.
And also meet elections like the Indian election coming up as well.
Right. And my understanding is you were also accused of being biased against conservatives in India recently.
The Indian government has been engaged in a long drawn-out battle with Twitter to enforce compliance with its IT laws.
That is about 6-8 months ago.
Right.
We notified the new amendment to the IT rules, which laid out very clearly the 9 areas where social media intermediaries must avoid hosting content.
Right.
And it was given as an obligation on them, in return for which they have legal immunity from anybody who tries to file a case against them.
Right.
That was the arrangement, that is the framework. To help them deal with one of those 5, which is to do with misinformation, there is no restriction on free speech.
Right.
As a matter of fact, ours is the only government and the first government that has enshrined in the rules that all the fundamental rights of the Indian citizen cannot be violated by any platform, whether they are a foreign platform or an Indian platform.
Right.
Including but not limited to Article 14, 19 and 21.
Right.
This is explicitly laid out
Right.
in the rules.
Right.
So therefore, I think there is a little bit of politics around this, trying to create this narrative that we are clamping down on free speech. We are doing none of that. This government is a trustee of the fundamental rights of Indian citizens, all Indian citizens.
Although Twitter might have a new management at the helm, whom we can't trust completely, right? As of now, the indicators seem to be good, and maybe they are committed to free speech as an absolute value. But there are still platforms like Google and YouTube, and also Meta platforms that are being run by the same kind of people who will actively try not just to influence elections in India, but also I am 100% sure that they will try and somehow oppose Mr. Narendra Modi. And we can't ultimately look, if Mr. Narendra Modi is to be defeated in an election, then and the people of India say that okay, we don't want him to be in power, so be it. But ultimately, we cannot have a foreign corporation, or we can't have foreign corporations that are accountable only to their shareholders and their lords and masters in the American deep state to be influencing elections here.